the cult of personality. I know your anger, I know your dreams. I've been anything you wanna be. Oh, I'm the cult of personality.
Hey, Danica Dantia here. Now, I'm here to give you a quick update on Luck Watch 2012. Now, last week we showed you an in-depth analysis on why we think the Colts and Dolphins are intentionally losing. Now, conveniently this week, the other two winless teams in the league, they picked up wins. And yet, here we are, and guess who still doesn't have a win? Now take a look at this footage and tell me what you think.
Caller out of bounds, so that's half the distance to the goal. 4th and goal, ballsy call. Matt Moore on the naked boot runs it in, his first rushing touchdown of his career. Tony Sparano and the Dolphins up on the road, 14-3. Miami actually has a winning record on the road under Tony Sparano. And the Giants go up 20-17. Matt Moore in all kinds of trouble on their ensuing possession, dropped by Osi Umenyiora. Now has a 2nd and 20. Feels the pressure again from the other side. Matthias Kiwanuka brings him down this time. The Giants defense just getting it done with the sacks. And then on a 4th and 23, they have to convert here. Just under 2 minutes to go. The interception by Corey Webster, his 3rd pick in the last 2 games, and that would seal victory for the Giants.
Now the Dolphins did a better job of maybe, just blatantly blowing the game at the end, but it's still a little bit close. It's starting to doubt they could still accidentally win. And the Colts, well, take a look.
Indianapolis gave up 62 points last weekend. Wasn't their defense getting shredded? This time, it's their punting game. The punt is blocked in the 2nd quarter. Jason McCourty is there, and he is able to recover it for a touchdown. Tennessee goes up 10-0 in the 2nd quarter. It's not even about offense or defense. Special teams this time laying down Indianapolis. Jason McCourty gets the touchdown. Peyton Manning not liking it from the sidelines. Multiple touchdown games. Titans go on to win it 27-10, Matt.
So, the Colts did a much better job. They didn't lose by 60. But, it still looks pretty pathetic. Now, that's it for Luck Watch 2012. But I just want to continue to keep you informed of this terrible conspiracy that's consuming the league over sexy quarterback Andrew Luck. Keep your eyes peeled for more. Now, our other bit of news is, of course, some hot name changes that are going on around the league. Bob's team decided to rename their team to Cruise Control. Since Victor Cruz, he decided he was going to be relevant again in New York. Go figure. I guess it took Akeem Nicks hurting his knee. Again. So, and then there's Jesus' team. The team called Show Me Your TDs. They've been doing really well, but I guess he thought it was time for a change, and he must have had enough of seeing all those TDs, so he decided to change his team name to RBs Don't Need 'Em, just to prove his wide receiver dominance over the rest of the league. Hopefully it doesn't bite him in the ass, but what are you gonna do? So, on the other side of things, Adrian, who still can't pick up a win, decided to change his team name yet again to St. Thomas to represent the fact that Pierre Thomas was holding his hopes and dreams going into last week. Now, Adrian didn't win, but this week he has a fresh start as he picked up TJ Houshmandzadeh, newly signed with the Oakland Raiders, and he is going to be suiting up sexy caveman Carson Palmer as they reunite on the field and on Adrian's fantasy team. So he changed his team name to Reunited, and it feels so good, in an attempt to help motivate Houshmandzadeh and his new franchise quarterback Carson Palmer. We'll see if it works. Probably not, but it's a good try. Hello Hello Fantasy Republic, this is Dick Coomslurper here with a special report, special message. This just in from league offices. This is now a segment called The Chief's Corner. Yes, this just in, the Chief has handed me an official document that I am supposed to read off to you. Now, the first order of business from the Chief's Corner is he would like you to check out the league message board and posting area, where you will find underneath the Fantasy Republic Fantasy Report, you will find the Pick 6 Zone. The Pick 6 Zone has a link that fully explains the Pick 6 rules. It also has a very fancified layout detailing the matchup of the week, the bonus fame opportunity, as well as the gamble opportunity. These can all be done weekly, and if you have any questions, you should check out the link that will explain the Pick 6 rules. Also on this posting below, that is a link to the manifesto. Now, according to my official document, the second piece of business is that the trade deadline is coming up. It is Wednesday, November 16th at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, as you prepare your teams for your playoff push, trades are becoming increasingly important to build your team the way you want it. Now, as this deadline approaches, it will be ever important to get those final pieces in place. Keep those trades a-going, Fantasy Republic. And now moving on to our third piece of business from the Chief. He wants us to make sure we fully understand the playoff structure. Now we are on the road to the playoffs, and it's very important to know that everyone will be competing in a bowl series. First place in each division will advance to the Championship Bowl, where they will compete to become the Fantasy Republic Fantasy Champion. Every single second place team in each division will be entered into the Journey Bowl. They will play against each other in an attempt to seek fantasy glory of all the second best teams. All the third place teams will advance to the Mendoza Bowl, where the struggling, almost there, finishers will compete in an attempt to prove fantasy relevance. And all the last place teams in each of the 4 divisions will compete in the Toilet Bowl, where these 4th place struggling teams are going to desperately try to avoid fantasy ridicule by at least becoming Toilet Bowl champion. Now, if you have any questions further about how the playoffs work, how the ties are broken, how your seeding's determined, or anything else you could possibly imagine, check out the manifesto, where it is all heavily detailed. And you can find the manifesto in that link on the league post. Now, the final bit of news that the Chief wanted to make sure we covered was that starting next week, there will be Thursday Night Football. Yes, Fantasy Republic, your Thursday nights are now booked with some football action. Now, this means there could be and will be some changes to how the Fame game works, and they could be earlier in the week for Fame game opportunities. You might need to get your Fame game picks in sooner. We will have a full update next week. Check out the message board, keep your ear to the streets, and we will have you updated next week. Just remember, Fantasy Republic, Thursday Night Football is fun for all, but can create a fantasy headache. No. That's it for the Chief's Corner. Now on to some real business, the matchup of the week. The matchup of the week is between Freddy's Big Tabowski taking her easy and Bear Power. Now, both teams are 4-4. Meanwhile, Bear Power struggled last week but still has a solid foundation, while Freddy has won 4 in a row and is looking for win number 5 in a row. Now, the difference here, I think, personally, is going to be the motivation of Tim Tebow once again. Now, we asked Tim Tebow himself. Now, he's not the starting quarterback of Freddy's squad anymore. Eli Manning is back and he's pimping. But we asked Tim Tebow how he is helping to motivate the team, since Freddy still feels like he is a value-adding contributor. Here's what Tebow had to say.
Hi, I'm Tim Tebow, and Jesus Christ am I awesome. But you want to know what else is awesome? Virginity. Yeah, I'm extra virgin, like olive oil, cause this is my girlfriend. Yeah, bro, I'm not hitting that. Hey, I never even had a concussion. I'm just so sexually frustrated, I just got a boner and I was too embarrassed to get up. Too much testosterone. I'm growing a T-brow.
Now on the other side of the coin, Bear Power has the most versatile running back in all of football and the most underpaid, Matt Forte. And just to improve his versatility, we need you to take a look at this.
Oh, this is from Predator, the movie Predator. It says, "What's the matter, Dylan? See how you get you pushing too many pencils? Get to the chopper."
That's pretty good. That's really
You're
good.
a girly man compared to me. A girly man.
Yes, the man can run through holes that don't exist, catch, and make crazy moves in the open field. He is a better pass blocker than pretty much the entire offensive line for the Bears, and he does a mean Arnold Schwarzenegger impression. He's amazing. So who do you think will win the Get to the Chopper matchup of the week? Now, the professor once again will have his detailed analysis in the message board for you to check out. Send your Fame Game picks of who you think will win all the fantasy matchups to theprofessor.fantasyrepublic@gmail.com. And if you have any ideas or advice or questions for the show, send those to fantasyrepublic@gmail.com. And as always, we'll see you next week. But remember, Fantasy Republic, it doesn't matter if you win or lose, as long as you look fabulous doing it. We'll see you next week. What? Oh yeah, and compete, play, evolve. That too.